Hello, YouTubers, and welcome back to another stream here on the Hot Patriot Education Network YouTube channel. I'm, as always, your host, the Hot Patriot. And for today's episode, we're going to do a little something different, which is Pizza Party Friday. Basically, didn't really have the money to do it, but I had cash on hand from to Banks Days, what it is, and I was like, you know what? Kind of don't want to, cook today, and let's go ahead and store some pizzas, what it is. So, as it was, I almost got a free pizza because the delivery guy's like he basically hands me the shit and he's like acts like I already paid for it. And I'm just like, because I was like handing the money, I'm like, here you go. He's like, oh, okay. Like, I don't know if he just didn't realize I didn't prepay or what it is, but it's like, yeah, dude, I could have totally got a free pizza off your ass if that'd be the case then. Now, granted, I'm sure they would come back and bang on the door and be like, hey, you owe us $20. So, yeah, it's kind of ridiculous how much they charge for, because it's like legitimately, like it was like the 2 for $7 each thing is what it is, and they charge like almost $5 for delivery is what it is to me, which is ridiculous given the fact that like it's like 2 miles or something or less between here and the fucking store. So yeah, it's kind of a slap in the face. That being said, I'm glad I did go on there and check because I would have lost out on my free cheesy bread then otherwise. So yeah, let's see how greasy this motherfucker. Oof, that is really greasy. Yeah, I got that greasy ass cheesy bread. So go ahead and take some paper towels here and wipe that shit down real quick. All right, grab a piece of that off. Sure, the bottom one probably needs like an actual paper towel just set underneath it there too to get all the grease off the bottom there. Yeah, it's a nice big chunk of grease right there from the top. So go ahead and reposition this. I was reading something earlier about I guess there's an Australian chick who was trying to do like break some kind of crazy like fuck record or something like that's what it was, where her whole plan was to bang over 600 dudes in a year. And my thought process on that is like, what the hell is wrong with people, dude? Because you know damn well these other girls are using abortion as birth control at that point. If they're fucking around with that many guys. There's that parchment paper of all the excess grease. It's gross. So I'll just leave this sit on the paper towels and just put it back in the box now. A little chunk off the side of this actually. Nice and crispy bits. One thing I don't like about Domino's is they will put some kind of garlic shit on their food here, like both on the pizzas and on this stuff. And I don't understand why, because like it's not needed. And the reason I say that obviously is because of the way that my diverticulosis is, when these little particles get into my system and stuff, it'll fuck me up pretty bad. Into the bathroom and stuff like that for a while. So that's why I try to like, if I can, just like rub the shit off of here is what it is. Which is what I'm doing right now. And there is a ton of it too, man. Jesus Christ. Let's just pick this motherfucker up. Just do it that way, honestly. See if it'll be easier. Yeah, it's not really completely coming off, unfortunately, but it's mostly wiping away. And it's got like gritty particles on my fingers now. Yeah, I've tried their pepperoni stuffed cheesy bread there before, but it's not as good as the original shit. Here's what it is. There's a piece right there. Mm. That was good. It's like how they put the garlic on the stuff here. I don't understand why some people put all like the jalapenos and everything is what it is there. But, you know. There's a lot of nutters in our society, unfortunately. So, let me go ahead and check this first pizza here. Man. There's like 3 pieces with a decent amount of bacon on it, and then there's like almost nothing on the rest of it. It's just pepperoni and cheese on the rest of it there. Looks like the same thing with the second one. It's about halfway to where it's going to be, whatever. Also, the one thing about today was, the reason I did this, obviously, besides, you know, wanting some pizza is what it is, that I didn't have to cook myself, is it allows me as well to have the ability to have meals for multiple days in a row now is what it is, because this tonight it'll be one big meal, and then most likely this will be anywhere from 2 to 3 more other meals throughout the rest of the weekend then. So, which is a pretty big deal, obviously, when you're trying to live on a budget and stuff like that. I remember there was a guy, many, many years ago, I was watching, I forget if it was Unsolved Mysteries or what it was back in the day, but it was basically this old man who, I forget if he lived in New York or where exactly it was at. It was one of the major cities in the country. And he would go to a diner every morning and get, it was like some kind of breakfast special order they had for, I think it was like a few bucks or something, like maybe like $3 or $4 or something like that is what it was. And then he would go, as he was finishing, and about maybe halfway to 3/4 of the way through him finishing his meal or whatever, he would go to the cashier and tell her to have him do 2 more meals for him ready to go when he left or whatever. And so he would take the other 2 meals, take them back to his little like 1-room apartment, and that would be his lunch and his dinner for the day, which to me that seems like kind of a, like after a certain amount of time, that's, you get like I get like wanting like a routine or whatever the case be, but that's to a point of like, yeah, like it's just no, like sometimes you got to mix it up with something else, man, you know, like everything else, like it's never going to be the same thing, you know, 10 times in a row or whatever the case be, because I could never do that, having like 21 meals in a week and having them all be the same exact thing. That would be insane to me. So you got to change it up a little bit, man. So I'm trying to dust off the shit on the pizza right now. There's more of that garlicky crap to put on here too, and I'm just like, again, like what the fuck, people? Like, just don't put the shit on my fucking pizza. Like, how hard is that? It's just nasty. Like again, it's not so much that I'm not about eating it. It's just like, I know it's gonna mess me up later. It's one thing that pisses me off because it's like they don't give you the option to just not have it on there. Because I think it's like pre-done on their bread or something is what it is then. So as it is, this is one of the more bacony pieces right here. And then of course comparing that to mostly just cheese on this one. So yeah, you can tell the discrepancies obviously. But anyway, so going back to the story I was talking about though, with the old man there. So you had this old dude who had his routine, went to this diner every day, you know, ate a meal at the diner and then got 2 more to take with him is what it was. I think his total expenditure for the day or something like that was like less than $10 or something, or right around $10, something like that. And then the apartment he lived in, he could have had his own private bathroom, but he chose to live on a floor of the apartment building, or his basically community bathroom, which to me is just disgusting for several reasons. Because, well, mainly 2 reasons, which is I believe in that case he ended up going to the wide new showers and stuff like that too. And my thing with the bathroom is, it's like, as someone who has, you know, like bowel issues and stuff like that, like, ain't no way I'm gonna be running out and use a community bathroom every like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever it is, 20 minutes, a half hour, you know, every hour, whatever it is. And then if I gotta go to the, you know, take a shit or whatever the case be, and risk somebody else being in there at the time where I'm like gonna shit my pants, basically, you know, like, fuck that noise. But the entire point of the matter is, so basically this guy was living like very frugally, and then as it turned out, he ended up not coming to this diner for like, I think it was like 2 days or 3 days in a row or something like that. And by then the people obviously were getting worried about him, because they were like, yeah, this guy's, you know, like, his natural routine is basically be here every day, like, except for, I think it was like whatever days they were closed, like he wasn't going to be there for those days or whatever. And he would do, you know, something else for his meals or something like that then for like the Christmas and like New Year's kind of things would visit or something. And it ended up being that he ended up dying then in his apartment building there. And nobody really knew him, didn't give a fuck about him or whatever the case be. So he just like basically died alone. And then as it turned out, the way he was being frugal, he had, I believe it was over $1 million hidden in that apartment. And like in a bank account or something. So that became like an unclaimed fund, because they were trying to find like relatives of his, and I don't think they ever did find anybody. So, which is sad, because, you know, you could have easily had somebody befriend that old man and be potentially a multimillionaire, like just having been willed that money, obviously. So, but yeah, for me personally, that would be, I could see doing something like that, honestly, just like living like super low key or whatever the case be. In reality, you have like a fuck ton of money just sitting around. But my thinking is, like, you know, it's kind of like how there's that one Seinfeld episode where George is talking to his parents about how much money they have just like lying around or whatever. And then it basically prompts them to move to Florida and start like using it up and stuff like that. And what's funny about the whole thing is that really, truthfully, like, while you should want to give your children something, like, if you were the one that earned that thing, like, you know, fuck those kids, basically, is what it is. Because that is your money to do with what you want, honestly, at that point. Like, there should be generational wealth, but it shouldn't be expected, really. And at the same time, it's a situation like this right now, where it's like, when you're told, you know, like my kind of situation right here is what it is right now. When I was told, like, I was going to inherit this place, and now it's, you know, basically me getting fucked out of my generational wealth now is what it is after mom's death here. It does piss me off, because, you know, and she specifically told me for years and years of my life, she's like, oh yeah, Adam, you're totally going to inherit this place whenever I die. Like, you know, it's good to go, and everything's good to go. And then it's like, that's not. That being said, that couple who was here like a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, whatever it was now, I think it's close to 2 weeks ago now, who randomly came on that one Sunday without me knowing they were going to be here. And the fucking realtor guy's all like, oh yeah, by the way, they're just coming out now. It's like they're already here at the time, by the way. They apparently came out again at night because the husband wanted to check out the back again to see about where the well is at and how he could basically tap it for potential natural gas at some point in the future. And so what's happening right now is, come next Monday or Tuesday, they're most likely going to talk to the realtor about putting an offer into the house. So we'll see if that goes anywhere. I was kind of hoping until after the election that we would have somebody not put an offer until then, but, you know, it is what it is, man. That being said, my cousin was talking to people and stuff, and they were like, yeah, you know, we want him to stay here for X amount of months is what it'll be then. So hopefully I can figure out something with these people, and, you know, if nothing else, like, be like, hey, here's the deal. Like, you know, I'd be straightforward with them at that point. I'd be like, yeah, you know, fucking shower needs fixed immediately is what it is there. If I'm going to be, like, that's the thing, right? It's one thing when I'm like owning the place and I don't have the money to fix it right now is what it is. But then it's like, if I'm renting from someone else and I'm telling them that straight up in the contract, be like, hey, here's the deal, like this needs to be fixed. And so is the toilet for that matter. So I'm not sure what the issue with the toilet is. I think it might just be like putting a low flow toilet in years ago as it was, because it's like, it's almost like it's not catching enough, or it's not filling up the tank enough, one of the two, to where it's like flushing fully. So you got to like take a thing and like dump water into it to like get it to flush fully. Is what it is. Just a real pain in the ass every time you do that then. Because it shouldn't do that, obviously. And that really is on the start kind of rehab people for fucking us over like that. I'm not sure who they used. It was like lowest bidder people or whatever the case be. But yeah, they also screwed us on a couple different things on that one, because they definitely half-assed that job like a decade ago, to where it, like within like about 5 years or so, the stuff started to, you know, kind of break if nothing else. And that's what it was with the toilet, where it doesn't flush fully like that. And it's obviously the tub. I don't know if it's the locking mechanism on the spout thing to make it so that she's on the shower head, or if it is, I think what I was looking at the other day, I think what's happening is it's like, however they like cocked it into place or whatever, I think like the cocking stuff is coming loose is what it is. And it needs to be like sort of pushed back in place and then like resealed basically is what it is there. And then it would probably work fine after that. So it would be like maybe like a $10 fix or something like that at most would be my guess. Or if nothing else, take the entire thing out and then like, you know, put it inside of it or whatever the case be. Like it might just need like a reseal ring or something like that too for that matter. And then just push it back on there is what it is then or whatever. And again, it would be like a day labor or something like that for somebody that knows how to do that kind of shit, which I don't know how to do that kind of shit, unfortunately, because, you know, I'm not about plumbing or any kind of like Mr. Fix-It kind of shit like that's what it is, dude, which I probably should be, but at the same time, it's like I never needed to be, is the whole point. So, and I shouldn't be forced to be, but yeah, it is what it is. So, that being said, I'm going to get ready and go watch NEA stream for the night because I want to talk to him about some stuff. So, on that stream in the comment section there. So, he should be getting ready to roll out here in a handful of minutes. But anyway, but yeah, the pizza's good. Cheesy bread's good too. Like everything's pretty good here is what it is. Hopefully I won't have the issues with the garlic stuff that's on them later on then, because that would suck. But if I do, it is what it is. So, but yeah, so basically, if this ends up working out with this couple, so I believe they have kids too, if I'm not mistaken. So if it works out with them, it'd basically be, you know, hopefully it'll be me just paying them some money or whatever the case be done every month. And then for rent then what it'd be. And then it would just be simply whether that be starting next month or whether that be December, whatever the case is there. So, but yeah, I guess when they were out back, my cousin was saying the wife, because they came together, I guess, was saying something about like she wanted to plant like some weird like flower garden or something out there, or have it be like a flower like sanctuary or something. I don't know what the fuck she was talking about, but it's just the way it was explained to me just sounded weird. So I don't know if they were trying to use it like they were trying to use this area as like a business almost, and then figure out like where they're going to do the house. Obviously, so I could have room to like do the planting of the flowers and stuff like that. So I don't know. I mean, there's enough acreage here you can do anything with it, honestly, dude. It's like my neighbor told me a few years ago when he was still living there. He's like, yeah, you guys should just like plant like a 1/4 acre of hemp or something like that and just sell that for money. And I really wish we would have, honestly, because we probably would have had the money then. So I'm going to just be able to own the damn place now. But yeah, it just kind of sucks ass, dude, because it's like it becomes a situation where it's like, you know, it's kind of like coulda, woulda, shoulda kind of shit at that point, you know? And yeah, it's just like everything is just kind of. I mean, if anything, it'll work out how it's supposed to. Honestly, that's the way I feel about it. I really wish I could just have another precognitive dream and just figure out what the fuck's going to happen in the future. Is what it is, though. But haven't had one of those in a while. So I think maybe I'll try to lay off the gummies here for about a week or so and see if I can't have one then, if that'd be the case. So but yeah, something needs to change for sure though, and it's, I don't know. My thought process is like, I really don't want it going through before the election, honestly, just because, you know, if something does happen in our country, like is beginning to fall or whatever the case be, like the last damn thing I want is to have like random people owning my property. That's what it is there. Whereas I could basically just take this place by force if that'd be the case then. So I don't know. It is what it is, man. But yeah, on that note though, I think I'm gonna go ahead and call this stream for the night, because I will be over watching other people's content momentarily. Here's what it is. So as soon as I pull up YouTube, here's what it is. But yeah, like I said, pizza's good. Everything else is decent. So hopefully at some point here in the future, I'm hoping these people will actually give me a good offer in the house, is what it is. Because, you know, the thing is, it's not like just, you know, not just me getting, you know, all the money. It would be a 3-way split between myself and my family and stuff. After all the fucking scumbag piece of shit motherfucking banksters take take their big ass fucking cut off the top like a bunch of cunts that they fucking are. By the way, did I mention I hate banksters? Like, shocker, right? Because we're those fucking assholes we want to sell the property to begin with, honestly. Bunch of goddamn fucking crooks. Yeah, that's one thing I kind of do hope happens in the apocalypse, is these fuckers finally get what's coming to them, man. And I mean, like, the Purge anarchy kind of ending for these motherfuckers. So, but anyway, so yeah, on that note though, I'm gonna go ahead and jump over to NEA stream then and kill this one, is what it is. So yeah, Domino's is pretty good. Pepperoni and bacon, like I said, they could definitely, for what they're charging and stuff, could afford to use a little more bacon on the thing. I think what it is, they take like 2 strips and just kind of like crumble them amongst the fucking thing, whatever it is there, where they need to have like maybe like 3 or 4 strips, honestly, on there. So that is what it is. But yeah, cheesy bread's really good though. Like I said, for me personally, I like the original cheesy bread. Here's what it is. Because the pepperoni one, it just, like, I don't know what it is about the pepperoni on that one. It's just like, it seems way too hot for what it is. But just the baseline cheese is good. So, but yeah, like I said, hopefully next week I'll know more about stuff, and if nothing else, people can make a good offer, and that's what it is then. Because unless they're going to make a really, really good offer, like, we ain't going to sell to them. And it's as simple as that, really. But anyway, so I don't know. I feel like at this point, honestly, it might just be worth it to wait till after the election anyway, because it's like really, truthfully, this would be the first offer since the House auction. And it's like, do we really want to take a first offer? You know? Or do we want to find somebody that's going to be like, you know, quite a bit more, if not like, you know, full asking at that point then of what it would be for like actual price that the shit's been what you called it for the years of this here. So, but yeah, fingers crossed that I'll be getting something out of this though when it comes to some money that I can have on to live on for the next, you know, 8-10 years of my life anyway. Because if it ain't gonna be that much, then it's gonna be like, yeah, dude, like, so anyway, but Yeah, I'm not sure how the squatters' rights thing would work actually. If I was like say it was a situation where I was able to stay here for like essentially like another few years is what it is then to like make that 21 years again. Like, could I basically just fuck these people over and like undercut them and stuff like that and just pay the property tax for that year or whatever the case be and just be like, haha, it's mine now, bitch, kind of thing. I would never do that though, but like I'm just thinking out loud is what it is right now. I don't think I'd do that though. I don't think it would be legal anyway, but yeah, it's the whole thing, man. Now, granted, if it was something where they defaulted on the mortgage and stuff like that, and I was able to have the cash rate on hand and be like, in there and stuff like that, like, yeah, I could definitely most likely reassume the house if I was here for that long then, but I don't think I will be, unfortunately. But yeah, I don't know. It all depends on what happens next spring, is what it is, if I can get to that point. So who knows, man. So right now I'm just living day to day, and the only two things I know for sure is I want to go, obviously, see my 40th birthday next year, which will be January 10th. And then my niece will be turning 11 at some point in February. And I kind of want to go hang out with them down in Columbus for her birthday then. But with the exception of those two things, everything else is kind of up in the air right now is what it is. So anyway. But yeah, on that note, I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good one, y'all. Stay safe, vigilant, all that good stuff. No Freedom Friday streaming today, just because, it was what it was. I fell asleep and I just wasn't feeling well. I might just do something on Rumble later this weekend or something. So, till later. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out. Stay safe. Bye.